What is the people? This is where I set you, and this is the second part of the DIY desk PC. Now, over here, what I've done is I've strapped in an aluminium section, a 90-degree one, to act as a support. Now, I didn't have clamps or so what I did was I just tied a rope around it, and it worked pretty well. So what we'll do next is that I'll start cutting it. Now the method I'm using is the push method. That is the five teeth, they are pointed forward, and hence when I push the blade through, it cuts it. As the table was a bit wobbly and I wasn't able to give enough energy or power to the blade, and hence I sat on the table. Now I'm just changing the blade side because I just didn't feel like doing it the default way or the first way, and hence I turned around the blade and I start cutting it again, and it goes smoothly. And I had to do this 2 times because this support was gonna go on both the sides. And there, it is a bit hot because I just recently cut it. Now what I'll do next is that I'll file it and finish it off. And now I'll be making the custom front panel I/O, and what this will include is a power switch and 2 USBs. Over here I'll be soldering 4 USBs, but then in the later part I'll be removing 2 off camera. And as this switch, the blue one, was too good, and hence my hand always went to it and I started playing with it, and hence what I did was I added an extra security layer for malclickers. That is, I added a small black button as well, and I sorted it in such a fashion that if I press both buttons together, then and only then the computer turns on or off. If you want to know more about soldering, please go through my other video about soldering. It explains everything from A to Z. as I didn't have any big enough drill bits, and hence what I did to countersink the holes was use a long screwdriver with a bigger head than the screw heads. And one of the main reasons for changing the case, that is the dust. Now this is just the fan. This is the whole motherboard with the cooler installed. And as you can see, after 6 to 8 months of usage, this is the condition that it is in right now, and hence I had to get it in a better place. Now everything is assembled, the motherboard, the power supply and the hard disks. I made a custom frame for the power supply. And then I attached long strips vertically all over the case for extra rigidity. Then I mounted these hard disks. The bottom one is the primary one and I won't be removing it, but just in case if I want to remove it, it's easy enough, just 2 screws and it will be out. And it is all mounted to that frame piece. Now I'll be shifting or rotating the cooler so it takes air from the front and throws it off the back. Same goes for the power supply. It will suck in air from the bottom and throw it off from the back. If you see in the bottom, I made a cutout for the power supply fan. And those are the sliding rails which are installed. These are a pain in the back to install because the midpoint always went to the mid part and I couldn't drill it. The cable management is a bit messy, but I just don't care about it right now because I have other things to consider, that is installing these fans. I soldered these fans onto a Molex connector. This thin fan, it will push air through the hard disks and keep them cool. That's the airflow direction. And the other fat fan, it would go over the PCH to blow air out. So that's pretty much it for this part. Now I have to make cutouts for the GPUs if and when I install them, because I got my hand on a GPU, that's the RX 480, which I put a video on my channel, so please go check it out as well if you want to know more about this card. This is from Sapphire. What I initially planned was a bit different than this. That's the card. This is the way it is supposed to go, but if you see, there isn't enough space for the I/O panel to sit on, and hence I have to drill out or cut out a slot for the same. That's how it's supposed to sit. And now the wires from that go to the power supply, and hence all the wires will be accumulated in a single position. And that's the front I/O. I mounted it at an angle using 2 screws and a foam backing to prevent short circuits and to give a bit of an angle. Now that's the switch, the clicky one. So if I press both the black and the blue ones together, then it turns on. And I made these custom connectors. And this is the complete assembled PC. As you can see that I have installed a hard disk temporarily, a solid state drive temporarily, and this is the GPU, the Sapphire Nitro RX 580, and I made slots for it as well, right there. If you see in the back, you'll see the sliders, and that's the IO. This white thing is some putty or epoxy which I used to secure the USB ports. And hence I have more space on my desk for other things. And I just closed it. So that's it for this video. So thank you for watching this video. Like this video or dislike it. Subscribe to the channel, share it, go through other videos, and see you next time. Ta-da!